Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming my good friend, Shanti Dutta. I've known her since 2008. We worked together at the Swingin Door in San Mateo. She was a bartender, I was a bouncer. And I'm going to have her on the show today to talk about that stuff and talk about life and whatever we're going through in present time. You know, just a fun, friendly friend podcast today. So, here is my interview with Shanti Dutta.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Hanging in there. Just okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just
I don't have 50 bazillion things at 1 second on my
yeah. Yeah, so nothing much, just hanging in there.
What's been going on?
Me and my mom, we went to LA for a week back in April. Had a good time. She embarrassed me a little bit though. And we got back. My brother found out that he doesn't have custody of his kids anymore. So him and my mom went on a 6-day drinking binge. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can just imagine you right now doing that face that you do when you hear something shocking like that.
It's never a good idea. I mean, it sounds good at the time, and then, how long you run from your family and things like that. Being a bartender for as long as I have been, I know it's not a good idea, and the outcome of it usually is good. I hope it is. I hope that they're okay. Are they out there drinking now?
He's still drinking, yeah, but my mom, she's on meds because she took a fall and broke her arm and had surgery last week.
She gonna be okay?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But things can't get fucking much worse. I was supposed to shoot the pilot for my own horror movie show. I was getting some people together for it, and my quote-unquote comedy mentor fucked me over on it. He was supposed to produce it and be a cameraman for it, and he fucking made up some lame excuse that he didn't know what day we were going to film it. And then when I forwarded him the text messages of the conversation we had, he never fucking texted me back because I fucking caught him in a lie.
That's never fun.
Yeah, and then the person I'm supposed to stay with in LA this summer and fall, she loses her house, or her apartment, I should say, because she's a fucking methadone addict and shit. And without, letting me know in advance in text messaging, she puts it on Facebook, and I have to find out that way. And her and I got into a big fight, and she unfriended me, and I just blocked her. This has been like a shitty month and a half.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what the future holds at the moment. I'm just trying to persevere. That's all I have.
Unfortunately, you can do right now.
Yeah. But oh my God, so I've known you since 2008. We met while working at Swingin Door.
Mm-hmm.
And I met you right at the tail end of the fun ending for me over there. It was just before he hired those two fucking... twins.
Hold on a moment. Hold on. There's somebody at my front door for some crazy reason.
Huh.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, sweetheart, you doing okay? Okay, hello.
Okay. So yeah, it was just before you hired those two fucking twins that just destroyed that place within a year. You know, I mean, you started.
Well, I'm digging with this fucking biscuit and anything else.
I know you started like around May and then left in July, and then by October the place went fucking downhill. And I was, what were you doing?
Oh, getting some chips.
Oh. And then,
No, there's UPS at the door, and I just checked on my mom.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, by December I was fucking depressed every day. I was like not going to bed until like 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Because, you know, the fun had stopped, and I was looking at my life objectively, thinking, okay, I've been there since September of 07. I've been able to hold down a job I'm good at for 16 months. I got everything I want. I'm getting laid. Things are great. But where's the fucking excitement? You know, this is supposed to be excitement, but I feel like that there's something missing, you know? And I made the decision, you know, first week of January of 09 that I was going to quit comedy for a while. And that's what I did. I quit for a year and just focused on all the fun, which was a dumb idea, you know?
It does happen. I mean, you're in your 20s, so it does happen.
Yeah, and then that's when I started going to visit you at Janoon in Palo Alto. It was around that time.
Oh, not my own.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's funny. During that time, I was like whenever I was like down and out, I would go like seek out somebody who like used to be at Swingin Door and then left, and whenever I would like find them, they would just like fucking not take any interest in me though. But you were like the first one that did, and they're literally my longest lasting friendship from that place.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just.
I passed by there a couple of times. I think I've only been in there. I'm in there a few times, but of course nobody recognizes who I am.
Oh, I thought you told me you did one time, and that like I don't know. Was it?
Eric was there.
Was Bruce there too? You saw him?
Uh-oh.
I could have swore you told me you saw Bruce. Maybe that was somebody else. But yeah, I saw Bruce just before I moved. I went in there for lunch one day, and Bruce was there and stuff, and we talked for like a minute and everything. I wonder if I didn't ask him. I wonder if that fucking lawsuit he was going through with that guy that fucking, you know, put his fucking daughter in a coma and his fucking grandson fucking died. I wonder if that ever came to fruition.
What happened?
That was right after you left. That happened. His daughter was driving her young son, and it was an on-site collision. She got into a coma, and he died. The kid died, and he went through a lawsuit with that for like hell long. He was still going on when I left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
that's never easy.
yeah, I wonder what came of it, though. I hope he got some money or some closure out of that.
I mean, money doesn't technically mean closure, but...
Well, I didn't mean it in that order.
Right.
You know,
That's not a...
I mean, when I got into my accident, I only got 7,000. I got 7,000. Dan got 7,000, and the lawyer got, I don't know how much he got out of that, but that was all that came of it. But those guys felt sorry because, you know, Dan was the fucking predator in the whole situation. You know, he knew that he couldn't drive, and, you know, he endangered their life too. I mean, they just got fucking concussions or whatever. And they genuinely felt bad, but they were 21 years old. They didn't have any money, or you know, they had very little insurance money, so that's why we got that money.
And you have to pay for any for hospital stuff, though, right?
I had the Medi-Cal.
Oh.
Yeah, I had just gotten it back. Thank God for that. Otherwise, we'd be really fucked. You know.
That's so crazy. So crazy. So wait, when is your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to turning 36. I feel like I'm going through a midlife crisis, though.
I'm almost 40.
I haven't accomplished everything I wanted to yet, and fucking, I've lost like 40 pounds on this diet. I want to lose 100 more fast. It's just hard to, you know, you gain weight after you have something traumatic happen to you and you're not drinking anymore. It's really tough.
You yo-yo. I mean, what kind of diet are you on?
I'm just eating vegetables, eating fish, drinking protein shakes. I try to do some walking each day. You know, I can't exercise like I used to because of the metal in my leg, you know, and I'm just doing what I can.
Pretty much, unfortunately, all you can do.
Yeah, and masturbate.
My God-given function.
Oh, yeah. So how's everything with you going?
Good, busy. Nice not working 2 jobs anymore.
Yeah.
And then doing all those double over, insane. I mean, and the money, I'd say, was a little bit better, but it's just not worth the time I'm missing with her because, I mean, she's changing. She's getting older.
Yeah.
And now I can see her every morning and assess her every morning, and it's better because, I mean, people ask me too what's going on with her, and I wouldn't know. Because there'll be like 5 days where I'm just like, I have no fucking clue what's going on with her. Only on my days off is what I really know. So that's what's kind of a problem. So I like it. I have a nice schedule. I work Thursday through Monday, 3 to 11. So it's nice I go a little bit earlier. I have the days off that I wanted. So things are going good. I came back from Japan. My next trip planned in September, July, and November. So things are good. Things are good. Just trying to cram so much in one day. Like today, I needed to do so much, but I was so tired. I didn't crawl on the bed until like 12:30. And God, and then my friend came over to borrow my car, so I cleaned the house a little bit. So I cleaned the trailer, vacuumed the stairs. I still need to clean the shower. I still need to go to Safeway. I need to put my mom to bed. I need to feed her. I need to try to get on the exercise bike at least for maybe like half an hour. I need to try to get her to go to the bathroom. I have my friend come over so we can talk about our St. Louis trip and finally book that plane ticket. And it's just been like one thing after another, after another, after another. It's like, fuck, yeah, I can't go to Costco now. Costco's closed. I can't go to the bank. That bank's closed. I have to wake up early tomorrow, go to the bank, try to get Costco done. maybe try to get Safeway done on Friday. Or go Safeway tonight, Safeway closes at midnight. Yeah. And that's what happens. Like, just so much happens in a day, and I don't plan on certain things, and it's like, fuck. So.
Yeah. Why do you do so much traveling?
Why do we do so much traveling? Because I can.
Well, of course, anybody.
It's easier for me to travel than to do things around my own area. As you can obviously see.
That's an interesting response. I wish I could.
I mean, I work hard and I play harder. I have to have a break from everything that's going on here to be able to sleep if I can, to not wake up on my phone and have to worry about another person. I have somebody else taking care of it, so I got to have my time away, otherwise I go crazy.
Yeah. Is there a
And it's not an easy thing watching her go from when I was taking care of 5 years ago to now. I mean, I have a lot more patience than before. But my best friend told me, she's like, my advice to you is you need to make sure you have your own time for this and not engulf yourself in it, because you're going to drive yourself nuts.
Yeah.
And I understood it after the first 6 months of trying to figure out things. I mean, of course, the beginning part of it's very stressful because you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do to make her quality of life better? How do I protect her? How do I make sure this doesn't happen again? And no matter what you do to try to protect and elder-proof the house, shit doesn't happen. So, and you have to come to that realization as well, too. I mean, it wasn't easy. It was very difficult. But having time away definitely helped. I mean, there are times where if I even just went like down to SoCal or just went somewhere, like I think when I went to Austin, Texas for my birthday a few years ago,
yeah.
I literally just stayed in the hotel room the entire day. Did absolutely nothing. Just like ordered food to come to me and just chilled and did absolutely fucking nothing. And then maybe at like 8 o'clock, got up and like walked around. And it takes those days to recharge from the world and from life and everything that's going on.
They go all the way to Texas just to sit in a hotel room.
Well, that's happened. I've done it in SoCal. I did it in Japan. Japan, oh my God, no, Japan, I was fucking jet-lagged at home for like a motherfucker. And then I called out of bed at 8 o'clock and started walking around. But the thing is, over there, bars don't close if people are drinking in them. So you can still get a drink at 5 o'clock in the morning if you want to. And
Yeah.
people don't sleep. Some do, some don't. And I'll still be able to find something. I mean, there's a club literally kitty corner to where my hotel room was. Literally maybe like 50 feet. So, I mean, there was shit around to do, but I was just, I just got some ramen and just chilled.
Did you have any sex with any Asian guys with small dicks?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Japanese people are very kinky.
Yep.
And they're very nice. I mean, I went to this 6-level sex shop there. And, I mean, the floors were tiny. I mean, it wasn't like this, like, Mervyn-sized fucking floor on 6 levels. No, it was kind of small. But it was still 6 floors. It was so crazy. So, like, the first floor was all the DVDs. When you walked in, you heard the little girl screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Asian girls. They sound like little girls. And you're walking up to the next level, and you see all these anime, like, X-rated posters. And then you have... those are the blow-up dolls in the 1 level, and then you go on to 3rd and 4th level, and it was all the toys, and then the upper 5th and 6th level, it was all the different costumes.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane. Like, you had bondage and all kinds of crazy stuff, and then, like, a little collection of that, and then you had all these kind of interesting toys. I mean, they had shit I have never seen in my entire life. I'm like, what in the hell is that? And I'm like, and there's a ton of people in there. I mean, these people get fucking kinky behind doors. It's like they seem like I wouldn't say they put on a facade, but they seem like they're so pure and precious, like walking around the street, but like behind closed doors, like they see the freaks. Okay, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like they had this vibrator dildo thing. It was like more like a vibrator, and it was fucking super thick, like those little big old black dong things. I'm like, oh my God, you really supposed to put that in? Like, you could fit that thick old thing in an Asian little thingy? I was like, oh my sweet Jesus, seriously? I was like really pondering. I was like, nuts!
yeah.
Holy Mother of Baby Jesus, dude. It has now changed steak for me my entire life. Like American steak has fucking nothing compared to that. It literally, I had two different steaks. I mean, you probably saw the pictures on Facebook, but the last one I had was charcuterie with a chateaubriand, and it came from 4% of the tenderloin of this happy cow. And happy cow tastes super delicious. I mean, happy cow, that part of it didn't have any fat. And it melted in your mouth. Like, you literally just lightly chewed it, and it disintegrated in your mouth. And they gave you wasabi, like fresh wasabi, and they gave you the sponge-looking thing. And what the sponge was actually soy sauce, but they made it in a bubble form. What you do is you cut a little piece off, and you put it on whatever is hot, and it literally melts into soy sauce onto whatever you have it on. I was like, oh, this is badass. And so I was playing with that a little bit, but I kept it as pure as possible. But oh my sweet mother, baby Jesus, it was so good.
Oh, nice.
The most expensive single dinner I ever spent in my entire life. I'll be paying it off for a bit, but hey, you know what? When you're in Japan, fuck it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's great.
Fuck it.
I got to have sex with my landlady.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Why'd you do that?
She's the same age as me. She came here later after, I'd moved in and stuff. And we tried to do a podcast last summer, and she didn't like my invasive questions, so she cut it off after about 12 minutes. And we got to know each other, though, after that. And she bet me that I couldn't give up sex for Lent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did, and then she rewarded me. She called me up, and she had heard me do a podcast where I mentioned that I like to butt fuck, and she called me to her office, and I was thinking that I was in trouble, right? But she told me she wanted me to sit in her chair, and then she sit on my cock, and that's what happened. Yeah. It was, what?
I'm trying to see how long her movie is.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's I've only gotten laid twice since I've been up here.
Oof.
The first time was there was this girl who lived a couple houses down from me. Her and her husband, they were like my age, but she had a sister, a half sister that was like 10 years younger and stuff, and she like fixed me up with her. Oh my God, she was fucking amazing, and she was an old soul like me. Like, she liked a lot of the old movies and stuff, and so we got along great.
Yeah, then what happened to that?
They all went back to San Diego.
That's it.
Yeah, originally it was just going to be her sister going back to finish school, but then they all decided to go. They just didn't like it over here in Redding.
Well, San Diego to Redding is not an easy transition.
No, it sucks balls over here. Everyone's a conservative fucking prude, except for those ones, obviously. But everyone's a prude. Everyone doesn't know shit about show business. Everyone here is dumb, by the way. It's just a terrible place. I mean, I do regret moving here for the fact that, I've put show business on the line for 2 years, even though I started this podcast, and I've gotten 480 interviews. But I had to get out of that house I was living in, that fucking halfway house, as I call it. It was a group home for people with disabilities, but it was a fucking halfway house, and they were fucking taking my money during the last, few months I was there, and I had no money. Each month, my mom had to give me $50 like every 2 weeks when she got paid. It was just not a good environment.
Yeah, you have to have a good environment for certain things that you want to do.
Yeah. And, I knew I was going to start a podcast when I got out of there, because I went to go see Kevin Smith do a show at the San Jose Improv, and he was doing, Q&A and stuff before and after the movie that he was showing. And he talked about the podcast world for like a half an hour at the end, and it really lifted me and inspired me. And I had thought about doing one earlier that year, but I couldn't get anyone to cooperate with me, and I didn't really have any equipment that I could do it with, right? Not even realizing that I could do it on my iPhone, So I put it off for a long time, and then I thought to myself, once I get a place with my mom, then I can do it, but I just can't do it in here because I got no privacy, and it's always loud. There's always drama in that place, so I had to wait. And I can't believe it's been 2 years. I started out with 5 subscribers. I got 166 now, and I've got 480 interviews with people I grew up watching, people that I got to meet up with in LA back in April and have meals with, and it's just so fucking surreal to me.
It's when you're put out of your place, it's hard to get things that you want, things that you want to do. I mean, and you've been driven ever since your accident to get this shit off the fucking ground.
Yes.
And I mean, and I've been extremely busy to even go on your podcast thing, or even been super busy to fucking listen to it. Excuse me. My life's bananas. I mean, I technically should be doing like a ton of other things right now, but I'm gonna relax.
Yeah.
For a minute, because after I get off the phone, then I gotta deal with things.
Yeah. I got some funny jokes for you.
Am I connected to your computer?
No, just recording on my iPhone with the landline.
Well, then how do you record it with your iPhone?
You just press the camera and you record.
Because I'm on speakerphone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't say anything too crazy for me. Yeah, there's this going on and that and this and this,
Okay, jokes.
Oh yeah, lots of those. Lots of those.
You know how you make a wife scream twice?
Oh.
You fuck her up the ass and then wipe your dick on the curtain.
Oh, yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
Can you imagine how big of a stain that would be?
Well, depending on the size of the dick.
Or the cum
And
shots.
if she didn't. Yeah. Or if she had a dirty butt. Which does happen. People all don't get enemas before you. That does happen.
Yeah.
And people know that they're in that, but people know once they go to that region, there is a risk factor.
Yep. A bear and a rabbit are taking a shit in the woods. The bear says to the rabbit, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a problem with shit sticking to your fur?" The rabbit says no. So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
There you go. And better than eating fucking meat.
Well, then the rabbit died from the stink.
Dude, I was fucking super fired at my job yesterday by the dish tray when my server commented. I walked back, I was like, God damn, what the fuck, guys, somebody's ass today. And someone blamed me on somebody else, and I was like, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, who does?
Here's my Cinderella joke, and this one you can tell to your girlfriends at a dinner party or something.
Mm-hmm.
Cinderella is about to go to the ball, and she's on her period, and the fairy godmother gives her these magic tampons and says, "Okay, you can go to the ball, but you have to be home by midnight, or else they'll turn into a pumpkin." And she says, "Okay, fairy godmother, I will." So 12:30 rolls around. Cinderella has not shown up. Fairy godmother's pacing around the house, angry. And then 4 a.m., Cinderella shows up, stumbling drunk. And the fairy godmother says, "Where were you? You were supposed to be home at midnight." And Cinderella's like, "I'm so sorry, fairy godmother. I met this great guy. His name was Peter Peter."
Pumpkin eater.
Right.
That was good.
Yeah, some people, they get it right away and other times they don't. It depends on how a person processes humor.
Well, that too, or even if they know the joke.
Yeah.
Peter Pumpkin Eater. I mean, certain generations have never heard it before.
Yeah. Well, I try not to...
They're like, oh, what's that? And then you're like, fuck, you make me now feel old, you asshole.
I try not to interview people in my own age group, with some notable exceptions, because people in my age group are fucking stupid. Either my age or younger. The fucking millennials ruined it all.
Oh, yeah, I fucking want.
The fucking woke culture, I can't stand it. Those people don't make any contributions when they're awake.
Oh, God, no.
That's why.
I know when they take a shit.
Yeah, you can smell.
Nothing.
You can smell their shit.
Mm-hmm. Worldwide. And what the fuck does that stand? Oh, I'm sorry. This was a diary for the millennials. Yeah, I know, especially here in San Francisco, they're talking all over the place. And the majority of people leave is because these fucking assholes are just, they don't know how to socialize or even say hi to a person.
Yeah.
Like, I went to a Christmas party last year at a bar downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so how's it working down here? Because, I mean, I used to bartend downtown as well, too. He's like, it's really weird. And I was like, well, why is that? And he's all, because we still don't know how to talk to each other. Everybody's so socially awkward. Everybody's so used to texting people. If there's a person next to them, they can't even say hi. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So there's a church school nearby here that takes in all these, like, exchange students from, like, Europe and stuff. It's called Bethel. And it's a fucking cult is what it is. If you go on YouTube, you'll find out how much of a cult it is and how much bullshit it is, right? So
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Bethel.
Bethel.
Bethlehem. Betheleum.
Mm.
But anyways, they fucking are all over here, and they hang out at the hot tub, and they have no manners, and they act like that they're better than you. They don't talk to you at all. And oh my God, you hear their conversations. They remind me of me at that age, but they're a lot more dumber, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 18 to 21 years old, and they're just stupid, and they're judgmental.
Wait, how do you spell it again? B-E?
Betheleum.
Okay.
Yeah. And
no, it's not Bethlehem.
yes. And oh my God, they're just freaking stupid. And they're judgmental and they're hypocrites too. I've seen some of them like go to the pool after hours and give each other blowjobs and shit. I even reported it to the landlady too.
The landlady do.
Well, without names, she can't do anything, so I don't know their names. That's like, it's not like she can post a sign out there that says, "Don't give blowjobs near the pool."
Mm-hmm. That's the most funnest place to do it.
Yeah. But,
One of them.
but I just like getting them in trouble because they're assholes.
Well, there you go. Better get your rocks off. And we get your rocks off, my dear.
Yes. Are you ready for some teamwork?
Teamwork?
Yeah.
What does it entail?
You tell me a sex story, and it has to be so steamy it gets me off.
Lord. Um, and then you do vice versa.
What's that?
And then what were you trying to do vice versa?
I've never done that before, but if you're down to, we could.
Let's see, I wasn't actually prepared for that. Right, hold on, let me go see how much time I'm on that movie.
Okay. And you know it doesn't take me long. Na 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 na.
I'm still in this crazy epic battle scene.
Epic battle scene?
Yeah. You doing okay?
Yep.
Not you.
Oh.
Hold on a second, I'm going to sit on mute for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I have a little bit more time. When this movie's over, I need to,
Okay.
unfortunately, get off the phone and take care of my shit.
Okay, well, that's why we call it the climax.
Is this going to go on your podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just the story or entire conversation?
Well, the entire conversation, yes.
The entire conversation? Oh my goodness, it's not even an interesting conversation.
I've had some that were pretty boring, but there was something entertaining about them all.
Right. I'm kicking out of my house, eating fucking potato chips, taking care of my mom. How is this entertaining to anybody?
I keep it entertaining. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened?
Well, fuck, if I knew this was going to be on a podcast, I wouldn't even be eating. All you hear you go munch, 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 munch. How should I articulate this? There once was a brilliant girl. No, I'm joking. Well, there was. I'm going to start kind of in a corny way, I guess. And I'll try to weigh it.
Okay.
I'll figure out how to weigh it. I smoked a little before doing this, so I apologize if it sounds retarded.
Oh, everyone gets high before my podcasts.
Well, when my friends came over, they brought over a bottle of bottled Chicky Ride.
Mm-hmm.
They did a couple shots of those, and a cigarette or two, and then I slowly smoked, and just like, la 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 la. So, yeah. I just had to wait for those guys to leave until I can give you a call, but then other people started calling about other things, so.
Mm-hmm. Did anything sexual happen with you two?
No, unfortunately not. No. Kitty's a little out of commission right now, so let's wait a couple more days to see the world.
I mean, what's the most recent one you had?
Like 2 days ago.
What happened?
What happened? I was on your phone, I was at work. And I was thinking about everybody around me, but there was one specific person that I wanted. And that person lives about an hour and a half away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, fuck, I didn't give a shit. And texted him when I was at work and said, hey, what are you doing later? And like, listen, I said, cool, do you feel like I lived there at about 12:30 at night because he's also house sitting. So it would be a perfect place to play and do things and whatnot because he usually can't because he stays at his grandparents' house. So it'd be kind of a nice opportunity to go do something. So I drove up there after work, made out and watched the stars because it's literally in the middle of nowhere and you can see every single star in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So made out into the stars, went inside, threw me on the couch, poured me a shot of Jameson, smoked a little. And his kisses are very divine, very good, very slow, very tender. It hits every single one of your senses from your head to your toes.
Mm-hmm.
And he brushed my face gently with his fingertips. I went down my neck, down my collarbone, gently started caressing my nipples outside of my shirt. We stopped kissing and I started biting him from his neck, all the way down to his shoulder blade, leading to the most deepest bite marks that I can find while he cringed in pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
I took my hands, started unbuckling his pants, and found out he had one of the most hugest hard-ons I've ever found.
Mm-hmm.
And started stroking him up and down, spitting in my hand, making sure we had enough food, hearing him moan in my ear, telling him that he wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
And then he threw me down on the bed, took my shirt off, and put it just right above right underneath my nose. So I couldn't see anything, and my hands were still on my shirt, so I couldn't do anything. He kissed my lips, grabbed my ass, and then started kissing all the way down to my neck, my nipples, my navel, onto Kitty. And then he found that little spot in Kitty that he likes to play with and makes me cringe and squirt and scream and moan and tingle and go into convulsion. Mind you, I still cannot see, and my hands are still tied up with my shirt. He sticks his fingers in me while his tongue is still going around my clit. Mind you, my clit is also pierced. So the sensation is being heightened with every stroke of his tongue and every flicker of his finger inside of me. I squirt all over him and he drinks all of it in his nose and he could smell me for days. He gets me off and gets me off and gets me off. And I moan and I scream in pleasure. And then he stops and he puts his hard dick in me and thrusts harder and harder. And fucks me so hard that I keep coming over and over and over. I tell him I want more, make it harder. He become all over. Choke the sheets.
I'm coming. That was a great story. It's always the one you least
suspect. That happened that way, but it went a different way.
It's always the one you least suspect.
What?
The one, the story that you hear.
So you did that one, or I was debating about the one where my friend in Arizona and how I get to fuck him in the ass.
That what happened there?
Oh, that was fairly entertaining. I was dating as a woman. I mean, he's completely straight, but he finds pleasure in anal stimulation, and I've always wondered how it would be to be fucked with a strap on. And I went to Arizona to go find out what this was all about and did it, and found it very invigorating when you have someone thrown down on a table with their hands pinned behind their back and you're fucking them in the ass.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so did you? So wait, did you use a strap-on?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice.
I want to use one on a girl. That's what I'm using one on a guy.
I am pro strap-on.
Smart.
Yeah. Oh my God. So is that movie over yet?
No, because that didn't take you long. Thank you, long.
Oh my God, when you first met me at Swinging Door, I was like months away from losing my virginity. I mean, it's funny. I've always been, sexually obsessed. I've always been freaky, but like I had no experience other than finger banging. That was it. And that guy who was a bartender at O'Neill's, I was dating his aunt, and she fucking took my virginity.
I think I briefly remember that.
Yeah.
There's one guy that I was into a long time ago when I used to work down in Pier 39, and he was a virgin, and oh God, I wanted it badly. And we had a thing when we were attracted to each other. But the first time I went down on him, it was super musty. And I was like, oh. I was like, I don't like these pheromones. These are super funky. And I was kind of hesitant to mess with him ever since then. We kind of lost touch because of that, and then he recently got back in touch with me. I would say maybe like seven months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is literally like I haven't seen the guy in like over 10 years. And he's like, I had a dream that I was talking to in a burrito place, and I was like, oh, well, hey, how's it going? And da-da-da. We started talking. I lost his virginity, and this and that, and the girlfriend that he's had, and then I told him, this, can I be upfront? And I'm like, I had a thing for you. I wanted your virginity. And when we fucked around that one time, I was giving you head. I was like, you were super funky, and that's why I didn't mess with you again.
That's one thing.
And then he was like, okay, I have something to confess. And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, what? And he was like, to be honest, I worked out, I went to the gym, and then went straight to work. I didn't have a chance to shower, and like I knew I didn't get a chance to shower, and I wasn't clean on there, and I was super sweaty. And so he worked out for like 3 hours, and then just did his 8-hour shift. It was super funky, and so let me do that to him. And I said, what? I said, you motherfucker, and when you fucking knew that I was into you, knew I fucking wanted to take your virginity, you still let me fucking suck your dirty dick? I'm like, you're such an asshole. And I really went off on him for like 2 days.
Uh-huh.
Oh. No, not maybe 2 days, maybe like a day. Just fucking went off. I'm like, and you're trying to fucking hit this shit now? You're telling me that you had fucking dirty dick and da-da-da-da, just went off. Because he was just like, oh, well, maybe we could hook up sometime, and that's how it came came about. And I was like, oh, it was January when this happened. And that's when it came out, and I was so mad. I was so mad because I wanted the virginity so bad, but I mean, and I told him, like, you need to take me out to dinner. You need to fucking schmooze me if you want to hit this. And of course, that's really what's happening. But we still want to hang out. We still want to do that whole dinner thing. And now that my life's kind of gotten a little bit more, not as crazy, hopefully it'll happen. But I mean, he's definitely learned a lot.
That's one of the things I miss. Yeah, one of the things I miss about the Bay Area the most is the burrito places.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've had one.
Oh my God, when I was in the hospital, this was like, a few weeks after you had brought me, Boston Market. Some friends got me some burritos for Cinco de Mayo that were fucking out of this world. They were like Market Street taqueria.
It was like a mission burrito.
Oh God, it was so good. Yeah, the guacamole was to die for. And after I ate them, I said to the nurses, hey, that constipation problem I had, it's been solved. Yeah, because that
now, if that worked on my mom, that'd be beautiful, because my mom is having problems with that right now. Like, one of the things taking about the care of the elderly.
Yeah, because
you go through these different problems, and she's going through that problem right now. And I mean, and I make her a smoothie with dried steaks, dried fruit, and fruit. Well, I'm gonna have to give it to her. It usually works like a charm, but it's not working like recently. And where you don't want to put her on a bunch of different pills to make her go post because then also can cause her to be constipated. So we're trying to move some more natural, like fruits and vegetables and greens and things like that version of trying to get her to go to the bathroom. But fucking hell, man. I give it every morning. She still doesn't go. And when she goes, we have to give her suppository. It's like these pellets, and it's like in this giant clump, like a Coke can. And I'm just like, oh my Lord. Like, how do you have that in your ass before you? But yeah, things look elderly, and things look forward to when we get that age.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I miss those taquerias. We have taquerias here that are not that good. They just, there's not too many. There's some Mexicans walking around here, but not too many. But there's, just not good, authentic Mexican food here in Reading.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
That's a good place to eat around there or something.
I mean, we had one across the street that opened about 6 months after I got here, and it's just, it was good in the beginning, but I think they got new management now. It's just not as good.
That's what happens. New management fuck shit up.
Yeah.
New managers know what the fuck they're doing. They think they do, then they fuck everything up.
Case in point, Warren.
Dumb fucker.
Oh my God, that was just a crazy time in my life. It was the best time in my 20s, though, the 2 years I was there, even though that second year was fucking horrible. Oh my God, so much shit I haven't even fucking told you, He was fucking trying to get rid of me that whole last year.
It's dirty little secret.
Yeah.
Granted, everybody knew it's dirty little secret.
Oh yeah, everyone knows that, And and then I started going back a couple of times just before I left and stuff. And I can't believe how dead that place is now. It reminds me of when I first started working there. Once he hired me, it got busy within 7 months. Once Bay Meadows happened, it had just started getting really, really busy when you started working there. And because he hired all these people who weren't even from San Mateo. He hired like all these drifters, these girl bartenders that were like running away from like a bad relationship or something, and they were just hiding out for a little while and needed some quick cash. Yeah.
That was the business.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm probably trying to fuck them out at the same time.
What?
I'm probably trying to fuck them all at the same time.
Of course. Of course. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it was just insane. I just can't believe the shit that I got away with and the shit that I said and did and stuff. It's just like, you look back in hindsight and you think to yourself, God, I should have had my ass kicked then,
Yeah, 20, everybody does stupid shit. But, I did dumb shit in my 20s. I like to think I do more refined dumb shit in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And then now moving on to my 40s next year, God only fucking knows what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah. Back then, all I wanted to do was like, get married, have kids, call it a day. Now I'm glad I didn't do it because I wouldn't be where I am now. I don't think
That's the bullshit.
I don't think I ever want. Yeah, I don't think I ever want to do that.
No. Don't get me wrong, I was teach. But you start acting up. Go back to your mama. Or go back to your dad.
Yeah.
No, dirty diaper. Yep, there you go. I have enough dirty diapers to change it to my mom.
Yep.
I'm good. I am good.
Yep.
And I can still do what I want. I mean, granted, I still have to pay for somebody to watch my mom. I'll never go away with that.
You still talk?
It's easier to do that than to, if I had a kid, to find somebody to watch my kid.
You still talk to Sean?
Sean. Well, my ex?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's he doing?
Married, two new daughters.
Shit.
With him. No, he's happy. He's good. He's goes to church, doesn't do drugs anymore, doesn't drink, doesn't do nothing. He's an EMT. He has a good job. He got his high school diploma, so he's doing really good.
Oh, that's good. I'll never forget that joke he said. Oh my God. I tell it to people and they freaking just howl. The joke about, I donated money to Ethiopia and I took a group photo with them. It was a scanner code.
That is a good one.
I love that. I tell that one to people and they crack up.
To my knowledge, he still has that sense of humor.
Of course.
We still text here and there, but it's like he had like a low point.
Mm-hmm.
And his mom had him go on this trip with him to D.C. that she does with her kids every year. And he was like, I don't want to go. I'm so down. Like, do go. Like, you never know what can happen. And sure as shit, he met his new wife. And he's doing really happy in North Carolina.
Oh, he's not in Arizona anymore?
No, not in Arizona anymore. So, but I'm like, kudos to him.
And how many kids does he have?
Now 4.
Wow. God. That's amazing.
Yeah. So kid 1 is now a young adult. He's 18. Maddie's, I have no idea how old Maddie is. She looks like she's maybe like 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And the little one's, I think, 2, and she just had one that might be like 6 months or something. Maybe less than that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, but my dear, I didn't need to force me to get going.
All right, I'm so glad we finally got to do this, and that was a great birthday present you gave me.
You're very welcome, sir. Happy early birthday.
Thank you so much, hon, and I'll text you soon, and we'll talk.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Shanti Dutta. Ain't she a sweetheart? Yes, she is. One of my longest running friends, and will be a friend forever. I just adore her, and I'm so glad we got to reminisce about the past and the present, and I love her so much and only wish her the best. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. Later, dudes.